looks like we're live. Alright, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Gonna be back playing a little bit more of the Amphoreus Trailblaze mission. Yay! We're getting really into this now. But yeah, a lot of things happen. Let's recap this. Let's not recap the whole thing. Let's just recap this story, which is this chapter, which is we became the demigod of time. We absorbed the powers of Orynyx, who then informed us that we were actually dead and our soul is floating somewhere out there in the void. Casterus wants to help save us, and she learned from Anaxa. Well, she learned a lot of stuff from Anaxa, but among many things, that the god, the Titan Thanatos, wants to have an audience with her, and that this is her chance to be able to maybe use her powers, which cause people to die, instead to help us find our soul and bring us back to life, because we're technically dead. And also, off camera, I played a little bit more, and she talked a little bit about her backstory, and how she was sort of tasked with giving these quote-unquote like peaceful or merciful deaths to people, but nonetheless she still struggled with that as an executioner, and taking life away was still never something. It's never something she got used to, no matter how many times they made her do it. And also Anaxa learning about the Titans and realizing that our current flame chase might have happened before, and all the Titans may have just been the previous flame chasers becoming, we now know as demigods, but essentially the same kind of entities, including someone who looks like Casterus and her sister. I'm predicting that Casterus is probably the resurrected of the twin sisters. One of them had to sacrifice themselves so the other could become the Titan of Death. I think that's where we're at right now. A lot's happened. Anyway, oh yeah, we met Cypher. Cypher, the demigod of trickery, is going to help us get to Styxia, because she made a deal with the Goliath or something. I can't give any more of these to the fountain. I don't, even though the lady keeps saying she's parched, I can't even give them. We gotta play the story more. I came here because I wanted to just quickly review the flame chase and see like where we're at so far. But it's like, yeah, so we're missing 4, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be down to 2 after this. Nikador, his core flame has been absorbed by Mighty. Zagreus, Cypher, Thanatos we're going to be meeting soon. Those are the 3 Titans of Calamity. So we're missing Fagusa and Giorios. The demigod from Fagusa was in the Divergent Universe, I think. But yeah, and then Aquila is probably going to be Hyacinth. Kefali is going to be the last one. Amnestia's Aglaya. Cersei's, let's be honest, Cersei's has already taken over Anaxa's body, so we're gonna, that one's pretty much spoken for it. Then we have Yanis, and which is Tribios. We don't know who the demigod for Talantin is, but they're out there somewhere. And Orynyx is us now. And I already remembered that. I just came here to check. No, really, I just need to sort out all the information in my brain. No, because actually I was looking at the book here. And Mem came to say happy Monday to me. Happy Monday from Mem. No, that's not the one I want. This was the one with the circles. Flame chasers penalty. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out the 4 that I'm missing. Well, obviously this one down here in the bottom left is Cypher. I wonder why they don't have one for us. They don't have one for us, there's Orynyx. Or maybe because we're dead. But I'm trying to figure out, yeah, it's Fagusa, Gyorios and Talantin are the three missing ones that we don't know about. Otherwise, we've met everybody else. We've met everyone else. Alright. Now we're gonna leave Akuma with Cypher, and as the title says, we are going to be exploring the mystical land of Styxia today. It is seems to be a city that is...
It's still early. Where to now?
Yeah. More deeply connected with Fagusa, the titan of the oceans. Yet it also seems to have been the origin of Polixia in that flashback, and also question mark, but probably the original casters, as they were twins. And that's right, there was a story that casters told us at the beginning about Styxia and about this dragon that consumed the princess that was there. The queen ordered everybody to take the dragon down, but then by that point the princess was already dead and just a pile of bones in the dragon's belly. So then an alchemist came and suggested using alchemy to resurrect the princess with the dragon's flesh, which sounds kind of weird. It was kind of weird because it just created a dragon princess who destroyed everything. And we know that Castorus has a dragon friend named Pollux, like Castor and Pollux. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, and looks like Cypher is hiding very discreetly back there.
Bright and sunny. Just the weather for farewells.
Oh yeah, and when Cypher first appeared and left like this calling card, and I picked the option, I was like, are you being hunted by a phantom thief? And Castorus was like, I don't know, it's some corrupt grown-up. That was so funny. It was hilarious. I love how this game gets so serious and then just has like these really funny reference Persona 5 moments. Just like
Totally. The trio team is the best set up to reach the finals.
Okay, sure.
No need, I already told her. She's fine with it.
Okay.
You sure know how to put me in a spot, Castorus. I need to travel with you, but I can't touch you. What a bother.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just teasing. Don't take it to heart.
So what are you gonna
Did you know
do,
that the
then?
legends say you have to put an obol into the mouth of the dead or over their eyes if you want them to successfully cross the River of Souls and enter the Nether Realm?
We should do that then, because I'm dead and...
That's the fairy fare for entering the Nether Realm. However, I honestly won't ask you to pay this time. I'll pay. And then we'll just have to go through the motions.
Okay. You sure helpful one doesn't cost anything? We already paid you so much. Just how much of this one would cast yourself?
Don't worry. It's not a lot.
No,
All right,
still cast
pass
this
me the
gift
coin.
for us earlier,
It's
too.
time to get the gods' powers going. A fleet-footed trip to the Nether Realm. Here we come.
Haha.
Oh, one last thing before we go. I gotta give you this piece of advice. Especially to you, Princess Homebody. You can't catch the wind by waiting. You only live once. So make the most of every moment you have.
So ominous.
Get ready. Be steady. Hi, your turn. Don't be nervous. After all, it'll be gone in the blink of an eye.
It's just like the Flash.
All done. Bye-bye.
Great. How are we getting casters here? Oh, okay, she's here. Hi.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm feeling alright. What I think is kind of interesting about this is in Greek mythology, Thanatos, who is the actual god of death, is like the ferryman who ferries souls across the river Styx. So just putting that out there. I swear she was speeding.
She's the demigod of trickery. When she flips the coin of whimsy into the air, she gains incredible speed that lets her travel anywhere in an instant.
How did she get you here then? She couldn't touch you.
Just like how she clearly had no intention of lingering here for even a second longer.
That's fine.
We can only depend on
We already
ourselves
got
for the
what
rest
we
of the
paid
way.
for, I guess.
Don't worry. Mem's here to help.
Did you pay your fare? Can you teleport too?
Being cute isn't my only forte. I'm strong too.
Good job, Mem.
This is Styxia, the city of dragons and waves. Anaxa hypothesizes that the missing Thanatos is somewhere in these ruins. This is the land of their birth. Or perhaps of their death.
Or both. I know this one. They returned whence they came. How would we find them?
Anaxa had used a secret alchemical art to temporarily fuse his soul with Circe's and Kephale. And when he was on the verge of death, he was pulled by Thanatos and caught a glimpse of the flowing river of souls. This alchemy, considered a sacrilegious act, might actually make the souls of mortals and titans attract each other.
Okay.
Even though Thanatos has been missing for 1,000 years, and even their followers haven't been able to find them, perhaps that special attraction could summon them here.
Oh, so are we going to use that philosopher's stone to conjure the Titan?
I guess that's the only way. The only leads we have now are the name of this city and the fairy tale about the dragon.
That's right.
Thanatos is even more mysterious than I am.
I love her little
Indeed.
feather.
Even one as erudite as Anaxa could only point us to this place, and no further. We will be entering the unknown as soon as we take our first steps. But that won't be the first time in my long journeys. I believe that, rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option. Perhaps fate might take pity on us today and show some compassion.
Yeah. Well, all you can do is take things into your own hands, right? Dragonbone City, Styxia. Alright, here we are. The land of
Go
death.
back whence you came. Go back. Ahead lies the realm of the dead.
What is this? According to the myths of Amphoreus, a certain hero, Castro was dipped upside down into the river of souls at birth by his mother, believing its waters would grant him invulnerability. I wonder who that is. However, because the mother held him by his ankle, that spot remained untouched by the river, leaving a single weak point. I wonder who that is. Is this river truly as miraculous as the legends say? There's only one way to find out. Experimentation. After all, truth is tested through practice, and here, no miracle of Onyx will protect you. You decide to... Wait a second. Who says the experiment has to be on myself? Or I could try it on myself. For the sake of keeping most of your body intact and avoiding a whoops, full submersion situation, you decide to stare at just your feet. People always said I had no knees and can't jump. Now, worst case, I have no ankles. Physically speaking, of course. I love these little, like, acknowledgements and, like, fourth wall breaks. Dip, then immediately retreat. This is so funny. It's just like sending a message. If you don't leave it in too long, you can still unsend it. Well, maybe. Someone or something must be looking out for you. You emerge completely unharmed. Maybe, just maybe, you now have an invincible ankle. Legendary teddies heal. Next time you're in battle, make sure to tell your enemies to aim for the ankles. This is definitely not the place to linger. Look around. There aren't even any holy city guards nearby. If you fall in, who's pulling you out? Akavilli's tent. Can I do it again? Can I dunk myself anymore? I'm just gonna pick somebody else. Skip a whole bucket and... Oh, see how I shoved the black type creature into the River of Souls? Tell me, did you drop this golden monster or the silver one? I dropped the golden monster. Dishonest child, only to punish you. Anyway, the River of Souls doesn't seem to do much to these monsters. And let's be real, this water runs deep. Let's look at that. Congrats! You've obtained the Undying Bat. Its weak point is wherever you're holding it. Let's look at the bucket. Unfortunately, the River of Souls isn't actual water. It's a phenomenon. Something you cannot take with you. But you could try rallying your bath-loving friends to come here and test it out with you. Alright, that's about it. Okay. That is a reference to Achilles and Thetis, his mother, dipping him into the river Styx in some versions of the myth. That is really funny. That is also the same thing I think that happened to Mighty too, but not the same way. Although, we don't really know. There's something about there's a butterfly.
What a beautiful butterfly.
I might have been a nymph.
Is it talking to us?
This is a eulogistic butterfly. They are found in places where many have met their demise.
Maybe that's why Castris has so many butterfly motifs.
In Idonia, some think of them as manifestations of Thanatos' benevolence. By turning the lingering obsessions of the deceased into these creatures, it is as if the Titan has made life into a specimen. Others think of them as Thanatos' messengers that guide the departed to the nether realm.
The second theory sounds more believable. After all, the things they're saying are rather, direct.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But the
Mam's
fact that
tail
we're able
looks
to
so
hear their
floofy. I'm sorry,
whispers
I'm so distracted.
proves that we're fast approaching the realm of the dead.
Okay. I understand. Is there somebody over here? I'd like to join you, won't you? What are you, trade one? You know, butterflies are my blood brothers. I've known them for a long time. They're incredibly strong. Alright. How many of you are there around here? And is there a garment maker that's made their way all the way down here into the spooky, scary...
These shadowy figures. Are they illusions reflected by the River of Souls?
It's lagging. Uh-oh. I'm worried the stream is gonna start lagging as soon as I use Castris' ultimate.
Do you want to buy any fish?
Huh? He can see us?
Wait. More living people. I'm not selling my fish to living people. You lot are too shameless. Buying fish without paying. If I ever see her again, I will...
Could it be that you're all dead souls that never achieved rest?
The nether realm does not exist. Titan rejects you. Me.
Restless souls.
So, do you want to buy any fish?
Oh my gosh, there's just living...
But
living
there
his
aren't
regret
any
over and
fish
over.
nearby.
Other fish gone.
Looks like he's trapped in this
People
cycle
are
of regret.
gone too. I can only keep selling fish. So, do you want to buy any fish?
Apologies. I don't have much in the way of savings, but perhaps there's another way for me to release you from your suffering. Please relax. May you fall asleep peacefully amid a gentle field of flowers.
This work? I thought they were already dead.
I knew it. These people aren't illusions. They're the souls of the deceased.
Oh gosh.
They're supposed to reach the end
Could
of the
we be
West
around
Wind
here?
by floating down the River of Souls. Yet, they have floundered upon
Wind.
the shoals of the stream,
That was part of
unable to move
previous
forward.
episode, right? And there in the end. at
Did
Terra Nova.
Thanatos reject them? Or perhaps they didn't really die at all?
Are they in the same situation as me?
I have no idea. This circumstance
Could ours
is
still be around
completely
here?
unprecedented. Hang on. Didn't he say more living people? So that means he's seen other members of the living apart from us. Could it be that these souls are stuck here due to someone's deceit?
If something is done out of goodwill, are you really gonna call it deceit?
Is that Cypher?
Goodwill? I can't see anything good out of... Wait a minute. Lady Cypher?
That's me.
Are you dead too?
I still belong to the land of the living as of now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Could it be that you are the living being that those souls met?
I couldn't take their behavior anymore. So I stole some things here and made up some lies there. Just trying to give them something to look forward to, you know?
It's because of vile living creatures like you that we're
Yeah,
being
now they
misunderstood
think that
by
all
all
people
of
who are
them.
alive are gonna steal fish and not pay them money. Thanks,
What else am
Cypher.
I supposed to do? You can see the mess this place is in. These poor souls are denied by the Nether Realm. So now they're stuck in a few brief moments of their
they're just
life.
sort of in a time loop of the
Unable
same
to move
thing.
forward or back. Did you see those two blacksmiths on the way? They've been here for as long as the sun's been around, wailing over and over about casting a shield. Styxia is so freaky.
Then why have you come back, Lady Cypher?
Hey, I'm not here to aid your adventure. I hate water more than anything else in this world. Especially that stinky
Well,
river of souls.
technically it's not water.
But, I just discovered some stuff before I left. And I reckon you should know about it. It's about that boy who defied death. I found
Mighty?
traces of him here.
Is he dead?
Lord Mighty?
Oh, right. That's his name. Well, now you know. As for whether that info
These
is
traces
actually
of him,
useful,
so, like, and he's
that's
kind
for
of-
you lot to
Because
figure
he
out.
can't die. And we've always been wondering about that, right?
So long, Princess Homebody.
What if he lived
So
over and over
long,
and over?
Grey
his
Mystery.
past selves are here. No, that sounds really awful.
She
actually.
disappeared just like that?
Lady Cypher has always been a free spirit. In any case, she has brought us some valuable information.
Yes.
If Lord Mighty is also somewhere along the river shoals right now, then he will certainly become our signpost. After all, he's different from those wandering souls. He will find his way, even in the realm of the dead.
Speaking of finding the way, how are we supposed to get over there?
Don't worry. It's time for me to shine. Oryx's rune of recollection
Oh,
is
we get to
nearby.
use the Oryx powers.
Use prayers to return the
Technically,
river
aren't
to
we
before it got
Oryx now?
flooded.
Do we just like drain our own powers now instead of? Oh my gosh, there's a giant coin of Zagreus over there. Okay. Yeah, we're using Oryx's miracle, but now that we're like the demigod of Oryx, isn't it our miracle now? Do we drain our own powers? How does this work? Before it was draining Oryx's powers, really. she wasn't too happy about.
Hey, over here!
Yeah? How much is this? Oh no, it's a puzzle room. There's 37 chests in this area. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should open any of them so I can find them. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. There's just so many puzzle rooms in Amphoreus, and I love it, but also, a little bit. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna take in the scenery though. Like the architecture here is pretty much like other places. So like when you're thinking about death, almost the water was not here in the past apparently. Oryx's miracle, rune of recollection. Expands the radius and it moves with your character. Okay.
Oryx's miracle has appeared.
You mean our
Amazing! It's like we're inside a giant bubble.
I mean,
Even the river got
I'm
parted.
kind of interested in how this place looked beforehand too. So this is actually so cool, you know? This is let's see. What's up here? Treasure chest. Oh, time is not. I see. So we moved it and the treasure chest is not there. This time. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. I was like, I don't know what to do, but that's not the answer. Thank goodness. Okay.
I want to make something with it. But what to make?
That's tantalizing. Tantalizing. That treasure chest just disappeared as soon as we approached it. Okay. Conversely, though,
Huh. So this path actually didn't exist back then?
yeah, hold on. You see, like, this is who built this after people stopped living here, because we can't go over there now. We just turn the light off. Okay, thankfully the space anchor exists in both times.
They're wandering
Wait, this is the first time they've could teleport.
souls of the deceased here as well. We must first return to the present before we can communicate with them.
Okay, put the ruin back. Okay, well, I want to let's quickly explore some other places here. Oh my gosh, though. This is just such a, here's the thing, it's like one of those places, it's beautiful, but it's eerily beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we don't want the spotlight so much in the picture. I don't want to interact with them quite yet. Just want to get a better thumbnail picture. Okay, this is probably not the angle to do it until I've talked to them. Alright, that's okay. Let's just go over to... How do I get to that treasure chest before? It's over there, okay. Alright, let's try casters up. We didn't do that last time. Dragon time. Okay. Sometimes pause can take the first round or something. Without even using up all of it.
Who's here?
Catadons? Thus our fates become one. Who lies we reveal?
Fiend or devil?
We have 3 remembrance characters in here, so it's gonna make it. So Paul tries to heal. Alright, there we go. See, take out the whole round, and then now I can use the rest of Yay! Oh, I've actually been having so much fun using casters the last few days.
Root here.
Yay! We did it. We
May
did
wandering
it.
souls find their own way out.
I'm also looking out for the nymphs.
Make sure you keep it safe.
Will do, will do. Oh, this is a new area too. Uh-oh, don't glitch out now. Puzzle, okay. Puzzle time. We are great. We're so great at puzzles. Let me just... I should think, where does each shape like come from? Do you know what I mean? Like this comes from. No, I think this goes here. This goes. No. Hold on. This is an interesting one. That's all I can say right now. Unhindered passage. Okay. This will give us a new path of some kind. I need to have this triangle here. No, I don't need the hint. There we go.
I learned something.
I did it. I did it. Yay! Alright, now we can go around this way too. No, stop glitching. I can't do this right now. I literally, this glitch only happens when I'm streaming. Like, I realize now.
Ah, by the looks of it, you must be the foreign warriors that the Queen had mentioned, right? Since the current campaign requires the utmost care, I wasn't able to make time to welcome all of you. Please, forgive me.
Okay.
Foreign warriors?
A priestess, a warrior, and a divine beast. You look identical to the blessed saviors that the Queen described.
Oh, so we're prophesized to be here. This is actually my pet, so I'm actually of the hunter class. Oh darn, no healer on this
A
team.
campaign? Who are you campaigning against?
Interesting.
Nobody knows.
Because I've
As
seen
of
that you
now.
guys are from the past, so for us to have been destined to be
Of the
here.
scouts that went ahead, only one has managed to return. He says that the land ahead is a forbidden land that should not be approached, as it is the doorway between the netherworld and the mortal realm.
Spooky.
As for the rest of the scouts, they've completely lost their souls and are decaying by the day. While there is still dissension within the city, the scholars agree that this calamity was so unprecedented that it needed to be given a new designation.
An unprecedented calamity. Could it be death?
It seems that you have indeed heard about this. Well,
What, did they not
death
die
is just
before-
one of the possibilities.
before death
It's
started
too
happening
early to
here?
come to a definitive conclusion.
A world that has never seen death. Looks like these people lived in the era Chrysia before the Calamity Titans descended upon the land.
Okay, now I understand why part of the
May
Council
I
of Elders
ask,
wanted to recreate
where is the scout
the
who
era
managed to
Chrysia
come
was wanting
back?
to use the core flame of death to make its
So he
people don't
returned
die.
to Styxia.
At first I thought they were kind of
He
crazy.
only had enough left in
now
him
I'm
to last
realizing,
no
now
more
I
than
didn't
half a
realize
day.
though that that was a key feature
However,
of the previous
It was
era
his
Chrysia.
intel that convinced us to rally together.
But that's interesting. Because if you're thinking about how
He said that he
Amphoreus
witnessed the demonic
must have
specter of
still
an
been a
evil
world
dragon at
connected
that
to the
treacherous
Estate
land.
Key. Like it's still
The
a world
apparition
rooted in the
opened its
reality of
giant
the
maw
universe
and
as we,
devoured
the Trailblazers,
everything in
have
sight.
traversed.
And thus brought
How
Styxia, that thing
how did they have a
called...
world without dying before
death.
this? Don't they still have to obey the same sort of laws of
Styxia.
life that
An
the
evil
rest of us
dragon that
have
brings
to?
death.
Is it still part of the
It all
original.
sounds
It's still
rather
part of our
familiar.
universe.
Wait, wasn't this part of that fable?
Yeah.
Sir, could I ask how the Queen and Princess are doing?
The Queen? By the looks of it,
Oh,
you
darn,
must
now
be the
he's on
foreign
the-
warriors that the
he's on
Queen
the
had
town
mentioned,
again.
right?
I think he's set to
Oh, it's the same lines. Looks like he's still trapped in the moments before his death.
Leave it to me. Sir, the war ended long ago. Styxia no longer exists.
This is sort of like back in
Styxia
Bellabog, and
is
we
no
fight
more?
Mentum warriors and have to tell them that the war is over too.
This cannot stand! Newcomers! Hurry up and go take your positions!
Oh, looks like it's difficult for this gentleman to accept reality.
Especially since it's so disconnected
Sir.
from him.
I am the Maiden of War, sent here by the Queen herself. If you accept my blessing, then today's battle will be smooth sailing.
Maiden of War? I've never heard of this. There's little time to waste. Please don't take too long.
Don't worry. I'm typically unwilling to prolong such a moment.
Is it over? Have we won?
Cass, oh, are you all right?
I'm fine. I just didn't expect that I would still have to embalm others, even in the realm of the dead.
Yeah.
Is this a remnant of his soul?
Yeah. It's not like anything like something that is meant to make it easy every time. In the end, death is stuff.
Well then, why should I place my trust in you,
Okay.
holy maiden from afar?
Wait. This is... I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Since the prophecy has already pronounced your name as Chrysos' heir of death, Akima ought to treat you as an esteemed guest. However, you seem to have no intentions of concealing your involvement with the Council of Elders, while most likely being aware of my issues against them.
I cannot deny your claim. It was the council that offered this room to me. And they had only one request. They want the
So
curse
even-
of death to
Even
be
back
completely
then, whenever
subjugated
this
to your
was,
will.
they were still trying to create a world.
I was agreeable to that request.
But why?
I am unable to rid myself of this innate curse. However, from this day onward, I shall use it according to your will. I will never make any superfluous moves on my own.
I see. So that is how they plan to control the Flame Chase journey. They have shifted the heavy responsibility of granting death over to me. If I ever become obsessed with executing people, they will then have ample reason to terminate the Chrysos heir's journey.
Indeed, Aglaya seems to have lost a lot of
And
humanity.
yet, you seem to not mind. This is quite surprising to me.
Remember, Castor was
That's
set to try
because
to execute us.
the
in
fate that we were born with is a burden far heavier than that of an individual's life. I've woven many unforeseen events into the tapestry of fate. This is but one instance. Tidy up your precious garments and come with me. Akima welcomes you, Castorus.
There's some here, so that contentment as if it comes from the mouth of some colossal being. Then the scenes of the past.
I didn't think we'd find vestiges of memory here. Maybe they've got something to do with Ornyx's rune?
Perhaps, but I do not need a reminder from them. This memory is one that I will never forget.
So Seeds impulsive powers have manipulated you once already. Aglaya trusts you unreservedly.
I really want to repay her for that trust. But why would this memory appear right now? Is this really Orynyx's power?
Well, we're technically Orynyx now. We didn't cause this, so I'm gonna say no, probably. Okay, how do we get down? Do we need to grab the orb? I think we need to grab the orb. Okay, orb time. No, it's even more blocked. Oh! You can't get past me. Alright. Using Orynyx's power to hide. Unfortunately for you, I am Orynyx. No, seriously, I'm wondering, like, when do we actually sort of get to benefit from being the demigod? Okay, I've seen like at least 2 coins of Zagreus, so hopefully I remember that. For later. Okay, let's see. Okay. How do we get down? Oh, I think I just put the orb back. Okay. I am just a little bit silly. And also enamored
Could
with
these dead monsters actually be?
If Lady Cypher is to be believed,
Mighty
Why
is
are
out
the
there
black tide
fighting off
monsters
black
here
tide, so-
too? Can they swim in the River of Souls?
even Thanatos wouldn't be able to accept black tide monsters into their realm. These traces seem to suggest that anybody who trespasses upon death will pay a heavy price.
Will we suffer the same fate as well? We're also here to trespass upon the Titan.
Since the realm of the dead must remain peaceful, it's imperative that we rid the place of such discordant noise. Please stay back. Let me deal with these enemies.
I can do, but I will also join you.
As you wish.
Let's actually slow it down so we can see the dragon animations. Okay. I guess the entirety of all of that.
Embrace new life, Pollux.
Alright, so much damage. Completely obliterated.
May wandering souls find the path ahead is blocked by the River of Souls again.
In that case, let's go back to the past. This miracle sure is handy.
It sure is.
This is yet another aspect of a Titan's divine power. Make sure you keep it safe.
If Don Hung was around, he'd definitely be able to raise the waters of the River of Souls into the sky.
Yeah, he would.
If Lady Hycelens was still alive, I think she might be able to do that too.
Is she the... Oh, is she the one for Musa? Oh, okay, then I guess... It's not a demigod of Glitch anymore. Please, no. Wait, have they actually talked about... Has Don Hung talked about how he can turn into a dragon with the Amphoreus crew yet? I guess we can't do that yet. I don't recall him doing that, but he probably just told them off camera. It's not a secret anymore. But yeah. But at the same time, I was saying it's not really water. that's not what I wanted to do. I think... Seems like we're going forward. No, that's not it. We just need to... Darn it, I wanted to drop them down from here. I'm missing one step. No, okay, I think I got it this time. Here. I don't know if this is a puzzle with multiple ways to solve it. But I think I have multiple ways to solve it. Okay. Good. Illuminated. Yay, alright. Have we seen a single hand of Zagreus controlled by that? There's the hand. Where's the control? Obviously, I could just come back and get the coins later, so I will do that, but also... Is there a chest in here? Okay, here we go. Elevator time. This is so cool. Like, these kinds of mechanics of the game are awesome. Like, see, there's real water here. Like, obviously, this was not a city of the dead before, as the lore has said. This was an oceanside kind of city. Okay, well, thankfully this one's pretty obvious.
I've seen puzzles like this in books.
At least to me, like, I just saw it right away. Okay, please tell me I can still go up here. No, okay, where can I put this down then? Over here. But I mean, is the
To
game
be able to
mechanics...
discern both the past and the future.
Yeah. I mean, the game mechanics are amazing.
I want to make something
They're probably
with
a bit
it.
much for my iPad
But
to handle
what
while
to
also
make?
streaming, which is why it's... Oh, that's a stream! Water rushes down the waterfall as if carrying with its stars. Okay, some may say all the rivers and forests are the very lifeblood of Fagusa, flowing ever onward to the true ocean. Yes, even the river Styx. Okay. Obviously, the iPad's struggling to hold itself together right now. Please stop. Are we good? We're good for now. Okay.
Why isn't there a god yelling in the distance? Indeed, my downtrodden fellow, your sorrow and joy are but means for me to amuse myself. I will at least derive some comfort. If all the tears that I had shed were determined by some mightier being above.
It's... you people.
Okay, let's hope that this doesn't last for long.
Oh,
Last time
this
it eventually
place
went away.
Must have been a beautiful courtyard in the past.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Okay, this is the picture I think I'm destined to take here. Maybe I'll do one with casters and without casters. Wow. Just look at this. Can I get her? Let's stand here. I'm sorry. I know we're not here to be tourists, but we're a little bit here to be tourists. Just a tiny bit. Is there any pose you should do? There we go. I think the one with Pollux appearing might be a bit big. Unable to trigger here. Yeah, I figured that's much. A little bit too much. Okay, it looks like a garment maker has made it even down here into the realm of the dead. Hello. Where am I? I'm not sure I'm here either. Perhaps it's part of my Nikolai's plan. Alright. Well. No. How many? I just keep forgetting. No, how many are there? There's 10. Okay. I will keep an eye out for 10 nymphs then. There's a butterfly here. Eulogistic butterfly. When Warcasters once spoke of the origins of the eulogistic butterflies, some believe them to be the final obsession of the deceased. Others believe them to be Thanatos' messengers. They are always found in places where many have met their demise. Lost human, if you could say one last thing before leaving this world, what would it be? I live if I stay quiet. I don't think that's how it works. I'm gonna do a deep EP. I want to live 500 more years. Farewell, Honkai Star Rail. I left my Trailblazing legacy at. These are all very cringy things to say. Farewell. I still recall the last words of some of the deceased if you're curious. Interesting, some last words. Of course. Whose party words would you like to hear the most? The nameless commoners. There was a philosopher of the grove who tried to pick some apricots but was scolded by his wife. He said, so what if I picked them? What the Amphoreus profanity is going to happen? Moments later, he died. When asked how they were feeling, someone replied, I feel good and comfortable. I must sleep now. Take the pillows away. I don't need them anymore. There was a person who felt a sudden headache, and her last words were, what's happening? Yeah, so I think the moral of the story is sometimes you just don't get nice last words. Thank you. Come back anytime. I noticed that there was a dialogue option that says say hi to casters for me. That's quite ominous considering we're still with casters right now.
Please excuse me. I am but a scholar from a distant land who had the misfortune of falling into the River of Souls and turned into a member of the dead.
Huh? This one seems to know that she's already dead.
Ew.
Oh, I was merely speculating. But it seems I was right. And you... I recognize you. You're the Holy Maiden of Death from Idonia, right?
I'm sorry. I cannot bring you back to life. However, should you desire it, I can end your prolonged limbo.
I'm well aware of that. Even if you were able to revive me, I would never choose that option. That's because I didn't fall into the River of Souls by accident. Instead, I leaped into it to seek my death.
Why?
If you could see the life I've led, then you would not reproach me so. My life was far too miserable. But I did not expect things to stay the same even in death. What a joke. In escaping my mortal life, I've entered a millennium of pain instead. Circes above. What cowards humans are. For we fear both life and death simultaneously.
Interesting.
I'm sorry. I am also powerless to answer that question.
That's all right, Holy Maiden. At least you are able to respond to me. Please, grant me death, Circes above. Does this count as thinking till the moment I die?
She seems free. I can't imagine what it'd feel like to roam around this void for centuries.
I have seen too many farewells. Her distress is quite commonplace. those who will end their lives over what seems to be the smallest of worries. For some people, this power that I possess is a blessing rather than a curse. But I never managed to convince myself of that.
Cass, are you still trying to create a world without death?
Yes, because when placed under time's vast scales, there is no worry in this world that cannot be solved.
Yeah, I can't really agree with you on this. Death is one of those subjects that's really hard to talk about. And obviously a lot of media kind of delves into this kind of topic. But I think what's ultimately going to happen is that just life and death are this yin and yang that counter and balance each other. And it's because of death that we live our lives so meaningfully. And everybody has their own views on it. But to completely eliminate death, I just think there's something not right about it. You know? I mean, completely foregoing stuff like, you know, how would you, if there's no death, how do you, like, I don't know, control populations and, like, things like that. Like, even foregoing those kinds of arguments, just, like, it's sort of, it's this kind of setting things out of balance. You should have a chat with Don Hung about this. I agree. In terms of Don Hung was technically, well, his previous incarnation died and then he became the next incarnation, but had to deal with all the sins of his past incarnation's life. But yeah, actually that would be a really interesting conversation, I guess, talking about Don Hung or a species that reincarnates like that.
This is a wish that I've held for almost a millennium. My mind might have changed once upon a time if people managed to strike up a friendship with me, but I've never been more firm in my conviction. Now that I've learned about your near-death state, it is my duty to wipe death from the face of this world.
But like, okay, that's the thing though, is I still think to myself, like, as us as the demigod of time, and also just anything to do with Amphoreus, what happens when we leave this world? Like, this world seems to have its own set of rules, isolated, somehow affected. We know it's somehow affected by the eons out there, but the people here don't seem to know that, and they seem to live by their own set of rules. We have people like Anaxa, who are called blasphemers, but Anaxa is really out there trying to break the illusion that somehow everything in Amphoreus is like self-contained to Amphoreus, and the powers here are just like, they just are. Like, no, he's saying like, no, they aren't just are, like there's a reason for everything, and to just kind of blindly accept the hierarchy and all of these as it is not, well, he's doing his job as a scholar in that regard. But even how does one wipe death from the face of this world? And once we leave Amphoreus, are we not just prone to dying again like we always have been? I mean, I guess my real question is, in this supposed era Chrysia where people didn't die, what does that actually mean? Because was this just a place where immortal people lived, or was it somehow some kind of illusion? Because in the end, Amphoreus is still connected to the universe somehow, right? Like, it's not like we're in an alternate place. Kind of like, oh my gosh. Bartholos! Hey, we saw Cypher. I don't know if you know her. What's the connection between Bartholos and Cypher? Anyway, but yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Okay, how do we reach this? This is bad. No! There's another nymph riding a flying pig. Up there. How am I gonna get them? That's what I thought I did before. Fight? Okay, we're gonna fight then. We're not doing this super slow either. Go, 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 go.
Who's here? Time for revolution. Thus our fates become one. All lives be revealed. Embrace a new life.
Dragon.
May death protect us! As you wish.
Like this. Okay, bye-bye.
May wandering
Alright,
souls
we get our treasure now. Interesting, okay.
Make
Gotta
sure you
get
keep it
this
safe.
flying pig. How do we get this? Can I cast this power?
Emerge from your
Oh my gosh, I can! Chip Chip, how dare you attack the Queen's Knight? Are you intruded to attack her palace? If Pesos Air Champions. Interesting, okay. Go this way. Ha! I knew there had to be something here. It's another butterfly. You were cast responsible for the origins of the dualistic butterflies. Lost human. Have you ever thought of your own epitaph? Teddy has gone offline. Teddy is Trailblaze. The normal answer. Isn't that a bit too early for one? I probably won't need one. Interesting take. I still recall some of the deceased epitaph. I can tell you if you're curious. 1,000 words of death store. Very interested. Nameless ones. This is an engraving near Mythimus. Here lies Demetrios, a poor but honest man. He's exceptional good at sea fishing. This marlin measures an incredible 18 feet long. Until Thanatos, jealous of his achievements, drove him out of the business. They caught him with a hook and placed him here. That's a long thing to have on your grave. I guess it's a eulogy, not a thing to have on your gravestone. It's a different thing. What is this? What is this? How can we use this? The airball pins down the platform. Try to see won't move. No obvious mechanism can be found nearby. It seems like it will stay that way. Let's focus on other types of ones. Who knows? It might magically grow legs and move. Is that good?
I want to meet them.
Why would it need to grow? If the flowers here move. Okay.
As you wish.
This is gonna be a long screen. I stopped to interact with Oh my gosh, is that... Wait, is that... I think this is the first time I saw her use her thing where she resurrects people. I guess also that power might foreshadow what happens. Because so far, Amphoreus' power is used to release... release the souls so that they will die peacefully. And also to bring this quote-unquote merciful death to people. Like her touch brings death. And yet, the fact that she can resurrect people probably foreshadows the fact that somehow their touch can also restore life as well. the Alphas. I'm assuming we're not gonna stay dead the whole rest of this story.
Embrace a new life.
Goodbye.
May wandering souls find their own way out.
They say if you plant a dragon's tooth in the earth, skeletal soldiers arise. But this master spine from the nether wing, it's as if the land itself drank the dragon's blood and birthed something else. Interesting take. Yeah, so this is the body of the dragon. I think there's several Greek myths about planting teeth. It was one about Cadmus, the founding of Thebes. How do you pronounce it? The city. But yeah, no, actually, I don't think that one. Actually, I can't remember. I put there's multiple stories of planting dragons.
This place is so spacious. Is this the kingdom's vault?
It's time to use Oryx's.
That's fine and all, but we need to lay down some rules. We're not gonna return to the past to steal things.
Got it.
Do we need to enter that doorway to climb even higher? There seems to be a person. Oh, more like a soul guarding it.
But how should we get up there?
Alright. We can go down this way. Let's see.
The path is blocked yet again.
Oryx's 8 always appears in times like this. How convenient.
Yeah, because we are Oryx now.
Look, there's even a platform lift over there.
I'm gonna have a chance to really explore this in depth. Oh gosh. The big disparity is that there's a dead dragon here now. Oh my gosh,
The
that's
chest
so
of the
creepy.
past has been left behind, but none of its treasures remain inside.
What? I'm crying. Where? I don't see it. I don't see it. Wait. You saying there's a treasure chest somewhere? Okay. First of all, what is hiding over here? Okay, a lot. Oh, this. Let's use our excellent puzzle-solving skills once again. Okay. Trying to think about what's the most logical. No, that doesn't mathematically add up. I also need to be able to. I guess it's an odd number of moves. There you go. Good. I realized I don't think there's anything we can do to make it so we can end on the button. So I have to figure out a way to get back up there when we cross over the button. Okay, good. I think that is it over there. Thank goodness. All right. Oh, there it is. There's the treasure chest. How did I not see this earlier?
Ah, make sure you keep it safe.
Every single thing I can. Interesting over here. this big, like, dragon skeleton here. I feel like there was places like this in Genshin Impact as well. Like when we were exploring in Sumeru, like the area where the hello! It's Pollux! Enough space for them to pop out. Hello. I'm getting lots of head pats. Okay. Sorry, that completely threw me off my train of thought. I think there was a room that was like this too, where there was like a dead dragon in it.
Wait, what if the miracle suddenly loses its effect?
Please don't ask that right now.
Ma'am, do you really want me to answer that?
Flutter our deaths. Can I not talk to you? I'll just switch. I have to turn this off. Okay. Hold on, I see the nymph. Okay, I gotta get you. Hello.
I remember this treasure used to be filled with treasures. Why is it empty now? Eep.
Borrowed and never returned. It's more likely than you think. Alright. It seems you were a real person.
Don't come any closer.
But we can only talk to you as a ghost.
Don't come near me.
Huh? Why does he look so panicked? Did the black tide monsters
Poor
frighten
Mem's
him?
shaking too. Everybody's shaking.
Or is he actually scared of his own extraordinary power?
Let me fight him. These are the troubles that powerhouses like us face.
There's no need to be alarmed. We're just passing by the area. See? None of us look threatening.
Okay. I see my iPad is struggling to display all of this.
Although, while this might once have been the royal vault, it's since been plundered empty.
Well,
so please
we're
go
not here
away
for the
right
vault.
there.
You've misunderstood us. We simply heard your shouts as we were passing by, then decided to come over to find out what happened.
My goodness. Did I really yell out loud? How rude of me.
It's okay.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I merely saw a warrior. While that spirit didn't harm me, his blows really packed a hefty punch.
That sounds like mighty.
A warrior? Could it be?
Definitely sounds like mighty.
Wait a minute. You seem to be quite different from him. Are you actually alive? How can you walk around here while alive?
It's a long story. We're here to seek an audience with Thanatos.
Thanatos? Who's that?
Oh, you must be really
Is
far
it
from
possible
the past.
that he's also living in the era before death descended?
Death. Could it be that you are here to defeat the evil dragon Pollux?
Pollux? Is that the embodiment of No. Death?
According to the warriors under the Centurion's command, that evil dragon has been dead for quite a while. The curse that condemns people to death
If it's
didn't
dead, then
originate
how
from
come
it.
death is a new concept?
But they saw a girl within the dragon's embrace, and she is the true Reaper.
Just like the princess.
Pray tell, where is that girl right now?
I've heard that the Queen spared no effort in bringing her back to the castle. Her Majesty intends to control all of Amphoreus with this unprecedented power. As for whether this rumor is true, well, no one knows.
You have my thanks for the invaluable insight that you've given us. Please, treat this touch as a token of my gratitude.
You... Are you... Thank you.
This is his...
Then you granted him death?
This is good.
That isn't like you. You would have refused even if I commanded you to do so.
I don't know. I did it out of sympathy, believing that I wouldn't be racked with agony, but I am still in a state of turmoil.
Sympathy?
Glitches go away.
Sympathy for that youth who triumphed in every battle?
That young man was favored by Talantin, who taught him a move that will defeat any mortal enemy with a single blow and emerge victorious every time. He could rely on that move to always achieve victory during Era Chrysia. However, now that death has descended upon the mortal realm, that divine swordplay also means he can send others to death at will. In other words...
You feel that he's similar to you?
Yes. Since he can never be inferior to others in martial combat, death would be the inevitable outcome every time he strikes. That's why he approached me and pleaded. Pleaded for me to put an end to all of this.
I guess all of this is just sort of strange to us who
You
live in a world
are
where death
perhaps
is inevitable.
feeling lost from
How
making
people
your
must-
peace
how-
with death in so abrupt
How people
a manner.
feel in a world where death is like a new concept.
Have not made peace with death. I've seen the people of Idonia stand tall and proud in the face of death. Even before the fated finale arrived, they were already content with the lives that they'd lived. They had such proud expressions. Expressions that made me believe death would be an insult to these mortals if the concept is truly a power that a god had carelessly cast down upon the world. Perhaps death's authority was never meant to exist in this world. Just like how I shouldn't exist.
I won't refute your beliefs for now, but would you be interested in listening to a story of mine? It's a fairy tale from foreign lands, told by the person who brought you to me in that ice field long ago. A tale told by the Queen of Styxia.
What? But wait a minute. That means the girl born in the dragon's embrace, the personification of death these
Oh my gosh,
souls
this-
talked about.
And I'm
That's
just
you,
twitching so
Cass?
much. That's you.
I've already had an inkling for a while now. But I honestly have no memories of Styxia. My memories only begin after Aminet brought me to Idonia.
Yeah, connecting this with what we saw in the vision that Anaxa showed. With the past casters. It was almost like a different person. Sacrificed herself for Polixia to become... But it sounded like the embodiment of death. If Polixia has some connection to Pollux, Polixia had said, when Cersei brought up bringing back somebody from the dead, would you use that power? Well, there's Pollux. Hello, Pollux. Would you use that power to bring back someone you loved? And she said she did without hesitation. If you think about that girl in the embrace of that dragon's arms, and that dragon being connected to somebody who wanted to bring somebody.
Don't look back. Keep moving forward.
Oh my gosh, this is actually getting pretty unbearable. Okay, hold on.
It's yet another eulogistic butterfly.
Butterfly!
Are we getting closer to the Netherrealm?
I think so, but you know...
Shut up! Just shut up! Even if that girl is evil, there's no reason for you to absolve that monster. It was the both of them, who trapped us in this crevice between life and death.
Don't be scared.
Interesting, okay. I need to fix this. I'm not sure if even restarting the game is gonna do anything, because this only happens to me when I'm streaming, so I know it's connected somehow.
This isn't a place you could just waltz into the ladder. Eep. Only warriors who prove that the queen may proceed.
Do I reach it back? typing. Try harder. I got this. Since you beat me, I'll turn the blind eye this time. Where is everyone gone? Good question indeed. Alright. I was about to say we seem to have gotten rid of it for now. This I spoke too soon. Let me get this.
Is that all?
Rumble from the distance.
Ah, this is...
I didn't hear it. Was it a dragon sound? She's going so fast.
Living ones?
Alchemist. Are you the alchemist that was from the fairy tale? Fix that for me.
Oh, could you be the scions of Styxia? Did you hear about the great work that I'm doing here? And have thus arrived to give me the last material that I need for transmutation?
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of Pollux, perchance?
I've definitely heard that name many times today.
You have? Then that's good. During the age of myth, a time likely before your birth, I was the unsurpassed zenith of alchemy that none could reach. On the shoals of the River of Souls, I shall make Pollux soar again and bring death back to the world.
But didn't that dragon already bring death to the world?
Oh, looks like you don't know the whole picture. Well, it's true that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who delivered her onto this world, makes it so that humankind cannot die.
It's like the opposite of Castor's power.
So, it's just as I feared.
You and that dragon are two sides of the same coin?
This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the West Winds. But this River of Souls was blocked by Pollux's fall.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it soar the skies again. I have long since prepared my alchemical matrix in the tower. Although, I am still missing the most crucial material of all. That final ingredient, the final sacrifice, is none other than the girl who lives out her days with death.
Huh? What's going on? You didn't touch him, did you?
I know that I am no longer capable of carrying out that task.
Yes, you seem to be
Take
aware
this,
that you are dead.
all of you, and please fulfill that great undertaking on my behalf.
This.
We had been inebriated in Fagusa's feast for too long before we began to seek divine bestowed death, so that we could be freed from the whims of fate. However, that brought doom upon us. Instead of summoning a supreme god, we encountered a monster that cut off the River of Souls. That detestable dragon Pollux
it's probably really hard to
denied
not be
all
confused
the
right
dead
now.
from the gates, unable to rest in peace. These departed spirits engulfed Styxia like a roaring tide. As a
So is
result,
Styxia just a city that's
my
in this
city
world?
and its people
Just happened to be in the wrong
no
place.
longer exist.
Where this is where the
That
River of Souls gets
child
blocked off.
is the
and all the
only
souls
person
manage to
whom
be
I
here, 'cause
managed to
otherwise the
save.
city didn't really have much connection to death
Born
before
within
this,
the
right?
evil dragon's abdomen, she has possessed the talent of death since her birth. She must have been granted to us by the gods as a chance for us to atone atone for our sins. Please, you must nurture her to adulthood and prevent her from experiencing all of the suffering that we went through.
I promise that I will care for her as a mother, that I will protect her from the evils of death.
By Fagusa above, thank you for your kindness. As her mother, please bless this child with a name before I am swept away by the River of Souls. Please, let me know how I should address her in my next life.
Oh, like how a transient raven butterfly, a fleeting papilio castor, perches on the twig of death. Castorus. That shall be her name.
That's where my name comes from?
It's complicated.
The sound's back. What is making that ruckus?
Living ones, don't waste your time bickering. The Netherrealm's wrath is falling upon you.
Understood.
Black Tide creations. When did they miss? Please fight them with caution.
Be careful not to suffer the same fate as those Black Tide creatures.
Got it. I got it. Okay.
Everyone, hide behind me! As you wish.
Catagons?
Embrace a new life.
There's so many of them.
Could be fine, actually.
Fiends or devil.
We have parts and stuff. Here's the thing, is it's like, yeah. It's just like how in Wanderer's Archon Quest and Genshin Impact. Like, you don't get to play as Wanderer until he actually gets his vision. Like, in terms of the story and like in the domain. They don't even give you like the story version of it until you get to the vision. But here, we can go, I could use my own version of Wanderer. And just similarly, we can use our own version of Castos since we're heading alongside colleagues. Oh, hi! That was a cool cut-in.
You?
Hey. It's been a while.
Lord Mighty?
I missed you so much it almost killed me. Pun unintended. You were adventuring the River of Souls too?
Lord Mighty. You've been through some tough battles once again.
That black tide is endless. My death is only temporary.
I didn't even know you could die temporarily.
I will find my path of return and go back to the world of the living and continue my protection.
Lord Mighty, I have always wanted to. Why does death reject you?
I'm the one resisting it. I must resist the temptation to go with the flow.
Right, but other people can't do that. Like, if we don't want to die, we don't really have
I'll go
a choice
against the current
and
and
no matter
kill
how
my
you
way
try,
out of this cursed nether realm.
You're the only person who seems to
That
do
is
this.
my destiny.
Okay, besides Destiny, is there any as well? He seems to be stuttering. Well, he's dead, so he's probably not in best. He's not in the same condition he was when we were talking to him.
It seems like he's completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's whispers. He's working hard every minute to deny death. It seems his battlefield is not limited to the world of the living. Lord Mighty, are you willing to travel with us? We're headed for the Matrix inside that tower, to summon Thanatos from their prolonged concealment.
Thanatos. Challenge. Death.
That's right. If we can work together and defeat them, you won't have to be troubled by the curse of immortality any longer.
Okay, wait. But isn't Castor's whole goal to, like, get rid of death? If you're getting rid of death, isn't that somewhat the same as being immortal in the sense of not dying? And therefore, isn't Mighty actually, like, a model example of what you're trying to achieve here?
Let's go together, Castorus. Let the person who has brushed against death countless times guide your way.
Cass, are you sure you want to do this? The alchemist said he wanted you to be a sacrifice.
I'm not afraid. There's no reason for us to turn back anymore.
Once again, you're kind of getting into
Rather
the
than
confusion
standing
here.
still, taking
Do we
action
want this
is
or
by
not?
far the
Like, are
better
we kind
option.
of talking in paradox
Perhaps
riddles
fate
now?
might take pity on us today and show some compassion.
Yeah, that's right. This here. I just want to grab the plate. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have the plate later. This was correct. This spear. That spear's here. Let's go up where we're going. Good for us. Okay. Did we miss it? I don't think we missed it. Oh, here it is.
Make sure you keep it safe.
Oh my gosh, not another one of these. Petals! Alright. Oh, what a scenic view you have for your escape route this time. Oh my gosh, this is actually really cool. It wasn't really spooky and also a little bit, you know, we're kind of delving into the to die or to not die. I'm kind of getting confused about what's the actual intention here. A great orc of old Petals, this huge frost stone is pilfered from the bottomless depths of the sea. Okay. Let's move it. Two-axis kind of puzzles here. Oh, not here. Yeah, there's some of these where it was like you could rotate it all the way. I think the ones we did this way, they made it easy. So, change direction. Let's do this. No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I was trying to tap enter the hidden passage. This is a 3D puzzle here. The ones you don't need for the story, they're not afraid of just making them super hard. So difficult. How does one even... It's said that the glowworms also live on the moon. Its brilliant glow comes from them. I'd love to live up there with them. What a great moon. So big, so round. Interesting. Okay. So this is gonna give us a treasure chest, thankfully for us. Thankfully for us, that
puzzles
one
like
just
this
saw it right away.
I want to make something with it. But what to make?
Yippee! Now we don't need to use all the different paths. Okay. Perfect. Go. Alchemy notes. Let's see. Before you are arrested and broken chains, the remnants of the path that once led to the tower.
This is going to be difficult.
Didn't Castrum Criminals also have this?
I'm familiar with this kind of mechanism, but I've never repaired broken chains.
Alright, then we'll have to use the power of Orange once again.
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry one person with each limb and fly the four of us to the other side.
You should do the thing when Mem gets super big. We should just do that.
The Rune of Recollection is here, but I can't find a miracle orb anywhere. So weird. Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower in the distance?
It's your time to shine. 1 minute of Mem being peaceful comes from 1,000 days of training Mem.
It's still up to me to step up in a crisis. Wait here. I'll go check things out.
Okay. Ask Mem to use Oryx's prayer. There's no room there. Okay.
Just shout for me when you need my help.
Okay. Go.
Got it. Just leave it to me.
Yay. You're so powerful. Good job, Mem.
Mem did it.
The pink squirrel is very smart.
The miracle's range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Sorry. Embrace.
Aren't I a good fit for Ornyx's priest?
You are. You do the best job
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever.
Also, squirrel is probably
The
actually the most
alchemical
accurate
matrix
description for Mem's weapon.
should be behind this door. Is
Trian!
Wow, there are so many of you.
I'm so sad that you died last time.
Oh, there's also little D and the big puppy. Trian, aren't you
dead?
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend while going upstream in the River of Souls.
It really works like this. Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable to sense the aura of the living on Lady Trian.
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side.
Didn't Trian used to always refer to herself as we? But now that she's dead, she's not connected to the others anymore.
But Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm. So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and waiting for little Cass.
Oh, it must have been very tough for you.
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at the entrance of the Netherrealm. Trian promised Trevi and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first person to run over and welcome you.
Yeah.
So, little Cass, don't cry. Please, accept this. We finally finished it.
It's a beautiful drawing. Actually, I already saw this. They posted it on Instagram, but I didn't know what the context was. Oh, that's so sweet. Everyone's here. Even us and Dan Hung. Obviously, the iPad doesn't show the whole thing, but we're all here together. so sweet.
This is what Lady Trebe once mentioned. The gift for me that you didn't manage to finish.
The Holy Maiden of Janus. Even when separated by life and death, their thoughts are still connected.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
It's wonderful.
Seriously, it's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
Think about how, even in death, she knew she had.
This is our flame chase journey.
Yeah.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before. Trebe has always said that it must have been a very harsh and frightening journey. But little Cass no longer has anything to fear now, because everyone is here with you in this flame chase journey!
That's right. Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that I've already obtained so many things I would never have dared to dream of since I embarked on the flame chase journey. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I went to the market to buy the Chimera doll I'd liked for a very long time and hugged it to sleep.
Yeah, you've gotten to live.
The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya.
May not have been beautiful, but
the first time I went for a walk with Lady Trebe, Lady Trian, and Lady Trinan. The first time I enjoyed the night breeze and looked up at the stars with Miss Hyacinth. The first time I took care of Dromesis with the Trailblazer. Looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible, it feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from centuries and decades down to minutes and seconds. And all of them are so precious. I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white landscapes. I don't have a single one with friends. If I had known, I would have taken more pictures.
Then shall we take one now?
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a picture with little Cass.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sadly,
Oh, they're not gonna show up in the picture?
being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the world of the living.
I thought so too.
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Yeah.
Little Cass smiled. Trebe, Trinan, and Trian's wishes finally come true!
Yeah. Well, this is making me sad.
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Now, the path that belongs to me is about to reach the end. Thank you for bringing me the final key.
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mrs. Life.
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely!
Thank you so much, Trian.
Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
We'll see you tomorrow.
have indeed reached the end of the stream of souls. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming with us this far. I mean, I know it's hard for you, being dead and fighting off being dead. I'm still not quite sure how that works. But yeah, even just being with us here as we have this last moment, really, with Casters getting to just reminisce with the friends she's made along the way. Thanks for joining us. And once again, I hope we see you again, alive and in better times.
I have broken free from the chains of death countless times. This time will be no different. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mighty.
That's okay. It took Mighty a bit too.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even if it takes 1,000 years of waiting. I will continue to fight till I die. Then rise from death till the miracle descends.
There is one more thing you should know, Lord Mighty.
What is it?
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle.
Oh.
Becoming calamities wreaking havoc upon the world.
That's right. We have Mighty as strife, Cypher as trickery, and Castorus as death are the three titans of calamity. They're the three titans of calamity.
I see.
Is that all?
I don't know how. I mean, they've worked so hard.
Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
I really don't know how you break out of that one.
Do you have a strategy to shatter the shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Do everything you can.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
Bye-bye, Mighty.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. We need to insert Aquila's sky, Georios' earth, Kephali's fire, Fagusa's ocean, and Nestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious after all.
What was the message going to be? When the time comes to make a choice, make one that you won't regret. I can't remember if that's the whole one.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please follow your heart. by the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kefali's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them.
Yeah, that's what we saw too when we were looking at
The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. And my sister, whom I never met, became the Titan Thanatos of this cycle.
That's right. We're talking
She
about
was
these
consumed
cycles.
with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire world.
Yes.
That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything. They died for me, and now lie in slumber in the River of Souls.
You mean Pollux?
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world.
So, I once again don't have a full picture. But are they suggesting that in this Amphoreus... I just realized Amphoreus is shaped like an infinity because it's an infinite cycle, right? But are you suggesting that when you say there's no death, they mean that... Do they mean that there is reincarnation and they come back to life? And that by blocking the souls, they can't have that reincarnation and therefore they're dead? That doesn't make sense because Castorus has been releasing these souls as she's been coming through here. I'm still confused. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. I don't think I've actually figured
And
anything out.
that's why we have to awaken Pollux from death before we can retrieve the core flame of death. We have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you heard the sighs?
The dragon noises?
I heard them too. So what are those?
I think it's probably the sign of Pollux's wish being fulfilled. They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's why they exerted every ounce of their strength to send me to Styxia, a city that called for death, a land where none is hostile to death. They never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely, all because they wanted to give me a new life. Pollux must really want to know how their sister has been after giving their all to save her.
Yeah, it's been
That
1,000
wish
years,
is
right?
the reason Pollux's soul still lingers in the mortal realm, even after their fall. Quietly watching and documenting every detail of their sister's life.
So instead of picking up objects on the way here...
We were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here.
Oh, so that's why
Now, we
it
must
was
weave
yearning
these
to see
yearnings
those
together
rings.
and restore them into Pollux's complete soul.
But all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through with the
Hey,
ritual
Emma,
and it
has a
turns
little
out
book.
totally different?
That's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, such is the nature of alchemy. The true outcome can
No,
only
it's
be
fine,
known
'cause it couldn't
once
make
the
things
process is
worse.
complete.
The way we
This is why alchemy is also
Yeah.
known as the miracle of creation. Now, the puzzle of Pollux' yearnings is nearly complete, with only one final piece remaining. I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemical matrix. I will show them my whole life since I left Styxia. Lady Trian has already drawn a picture of my entire life, and it is now in my hands.
I'm thinking back to when we were at the scales of Talantin, and we put March 7th's camera on there. That was enough to fill, basically. Well, I can't remember what the riddle was, but it's worth an entire life with all the photos on the camera. And similarly, rather than Caster herself being sacrificed to the dragon, can she fill its heart with her memories of her life? Okay. Borrow the Philosopher's Stone and complete the alchemical ritual. Oh, Trian's drawing. We're at the end of the map. I think we are. We're at the end of the map. Oh my gosh. It's nerve-wracking. Barely even gotten half of the treasure chest. I was like, there's gotta be a nymph in here somewhere. Pleasure to meet you, Chirp. It is all is one. Okay. Scary stuff, I know. Okay.
Then, let the ritual begin.
Fabusa, Giorios, Kefali. No, that one's Kefali, the other one was...
The objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrifying to behold. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, look at me. I wish to thank you in person. I have obtained everything you sacrificed your divinity for.
Yes.
Lady Almanette.
I was gonna say, she got to live in the new era after. She got to live in this new world and faced a lot of sadness, but saw a lot of happiness as well and made so many friends.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can communicate with here, right?
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. The only difference is that I was there when she died. Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
Yes. You're just as smart as I imagined, but... never mind. Now's not the time.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you. You're already at the resting place of the dead.
The world of the dead? But how?
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Casterus, the girl who coexists with death. But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that you have protected that girl's life well.
Oh, well, in that case, let me begin. Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe. right?
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life,
So they did have eternal life.
could ever yearn for death.
Well, then there must be that yearning for that kind of
I
life,
have
so
pondered the same question, child.
if your life goes on forever,
But I am afraid
It's so hard
there is no clear answer to it.
find a way to...
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. That's how someone once explained to me why death is necessary to the world. But I still can't take that as the final answer. Would a world without journeys and epics be worse off?
I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior. I, however, did find some inspiration in these words.
Please enlighten me, Lady Amonette. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the authority and core flame of death. Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. Therefore, journeys and epics cannot truly resonate with us.
Castus has certainly
But
been on a journey now.
what if I reframe it
1,000
like
years of
this?
wandering.
What if love is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing from death?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world could be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. The so-called era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed, going through the motions without passion or purpose, then waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, because if there's no end to life...
Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death, not out of
find
fascination
meaning in living
with its cruel and fearsome side, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
It's the same life every single day forever. Probably became unbearable.
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but...
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason we shed tears when parting ways, and also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals.
Yeah.
If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state of stagnation.
Were people truly happy when they lived forever and had everything they ever wanted, and it was just happy, 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 and the happiness never ended? Did that truly make people enjoy their lives? Or did it take away the meaning of living because there was nothing left for them to strive for anymore? There was nothing that really taught them how precious their lives were.
I understand, Lady Amonette.
Puts that into context.
Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind again. Nestia's love was the chrysalis of gold's first blessing, but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival.
once again coming
If
back
the
to
world was
Anax's
the raft of
argument
death,
that
then the
did the
Queen of
gods even
Styxia
really
wouldn't
create all
have
of
played
these
midwife
things?
in delivering me into this world.
In terms of love
You
and death
wouldn't
and
have
all of
welcomed
these.
me into
These
Itonia,
are just things that exist in other parts
and
of the
Aglaya
universe,
would
too.
never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. None of these stories would ever have happened. And I would never have lived, let alone found happiness.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life to complete the final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
Dragon, it's not hatched yet. Okay. Here we go. I'm not going to remember any of that. Hopefully this battle...
Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again? Once we eradicate this hatred and regret. Life is not so fragile. Look here.
Only like one health.
You're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid.
Honesty would depart.
I shall remember this warmth.
And we're gonna use Pollux, even though Pollux is actually in front of us, being resurrected as we speak.
Embrace a new life.
That being said, just because at the same time, coming to this, grappling with this understanding of an acceptance of death, that it's a part of what makes us who we are. That doesn't negate, that none of this really negates Caster's feelings. Her discomfort with being that executioner, the one that
cherish this time
takes people's lives away.
There's no one left to weep and grieve. I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back.
The sea of flowers is a symbol of life instead of being taken away. I mean, none of this stuff.
They may be moving by instinct, but there is fear welling up within them.
We shouldn't sort of lose like the reverence with which we speak of death. In terms of Caster's feeling is like the Idonians were very casual.
Countless threads, all within my
Now I can use it.
Embrace a new life.
Now we can get Pollux back. Pollux is almost finished.
Netherrealm.
Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I was finally able to pick up these broken fragments of my past.
After 1,000 years, they get to be reunited.
I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm, just like you did in the past.
Casters.
Please take me to where the core flame of death rests.
It's okay.
I'll be going now.
Okay. I think you're going to go without us, right? If so, thank you for everything, casters.
They may look scary, but as long
Uh-oh. Is 15... No, wait! Is 15 days up? We're about to die.
What's wrong?
I'm done for.
Are you...
What's wrong with her?
Her time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid her soul will return to Thanatos' embrace before me.
What? Oh no! Is there anything we can do?
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return, all right?
Alright. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
Regrets. Take your time. I can still hold out. I'll go too. Let's see who gets to the Netherrealm first. Like, once again, I'm kind of confused because isn't Pollux the sort of like physical embodiment of Thanatos who's been blocking the River of Souls, and therefore, how can we return into Thanatos' embrace? I'm so lost. I'm counting on you, Cass, to sort this out. Thank you.
It's a deal then.
Oh, thank you so much. And I hope you find what you're looking for, too. Poor Pollux.
Please.
Looks like their body isn't really complete yet.
Wait for me.
Okay. You said in your letter to me, eager to hear my song of Repose. Venture not with me to the vast sea, for perhaps without seeing me, you will lose your way in the ocean of rivers from sail.
After all that, you still ended up back here.
the moon.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you, Styxia?
Do you remember me?
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier. However, since you recognize the name, you must already know everything about Thanatos, right?
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphoreus.
You know,
What a bittersweet reunion.
my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact and look off into the distance. Just like what you are doing now.
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do, Styxia?
Where should I begin? I suppose we can start from the beginning.
What an eerie place. It's so beautiful and yet so sad at the same time.
A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death. But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of a family member with our own hands.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could ascend as the demigod of death. But I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair.
Yeah, it's really sad.
So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm.
Oh, I see.
But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways in response to my futile actions. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, their souls will meet Thanatos, who would determine where every soul goes. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm to continue walking the earth.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again. The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living.
And that's why there was the dead dragon.
From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river of the dead. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death instead. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring in endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed.
It is. I think Thanatos answered most of my questions I had throughout this stream.
Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste. As far as I'm concerned, you did nothing wrong.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity upon you, a total stranger.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. I was once lost, even upset. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source of these emotions, nor would I have realized my purpose. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing our past while sharing the same view of this landscape.
The same flowers, the same moon.
I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes, the only thing death is allowed to create are flowers that bloom from blood and tears. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will, nor can the hand of shadow determine a person's remaining days. Because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You, too, must have had a difficult life. We've taken quite the ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after day as desperate spirits are denied by this lonely wasteland. I always hoped I would see you among them, but I was also afraid of seeing you. I didn't know how I could possibly face you again, but more than anything, I was afraid that you might have forgotten all about me.
I know. But don't you see, Pelixia? I made it back anyway. You don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway.
Two sides of the same coin.
So, let's give our core flame to her, and have her take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together, and create a warm sea of flowers for all the souls to come.
Sea of flowers at the end.
What do you think, Pelixia?
Yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame.
Prophecy.
As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before. But unlike that time, the ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared.
You've made up your mind?
Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid, as long as you're here with me. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life ablaze. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this wasteland its first breath of life. Like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the netherrealm, perching on the twig of death.
They have to be part
I
of
will.
us again.
After this, I will remain permanently in the Netherrealm. The River of Souls shall return here and rain down from the sky, scattering souls across the earth. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
Thank you. Just one last thing. Can you grant me one wish?
Of course. What is it?
Please, don't forget me.
I promise you. When we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born.
Castorus. Castorus. You're as beautiful as a fleeting butterfly.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Switching to Anoxa, oh my gosh. You can't just switch us to Anoxa after that. There we have our answered. Castorus and Polixia. Two sides of the same coin. One with eternal life but granting death. And one who granted life and in turn died and broke the cycle of life and death in Amphoreus, such that the souls of the restless could not rest. I think I got the hang of that there. Meanwhile, these two nerds...
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand.
Both our death day and Anoxa's death day.
When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
No need to ask so many times. Of course I am.
Just don't, like, keel over and die while you're in the middle of talking to the council members.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
Such harsh words. As I see it, you are no less arrogant than they are.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh.
Like I said, I love their sassy
I did not expect to hear that from you.
Over what just happened, obviously.
Are you not going to refute me?
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least, better than a stowaway like you.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words.
I don't really think he sees this as
well, that is exactly why I chose you.
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your argument?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you recall where we stopped the last time?
You were saying that Amphoreus' history is cyclical.
And we've verified this. How come Xerxes doesn't remember the past, but Thanatos does? Thanatos remembers their life before becoming the Titan. And also, Polixia, or Thanatos, used the language of becoming the demigod of death. So, in the previous era, or the previous cycle, they also became demigods. And did they all become Titans when we reached the Era Nova and all the core flames had been taken up? But it seems like probably something about when Thanatos, his death died, when Thanatos died. Her soul was still able to remember all these things. Where Xerxes has been alive the whole time and has long forgotten the past.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end.
Yeah.
Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up with a rough sketch for my theory of a cyclical history.
Okay, but
For
us
all
as
the
like
pains I took to
the
reach this
viewer,
point, I had already
it's a
lost
lot
hope of
stronger.
ever obtaining definitive proof. After all, the past is in the past. Proving that we are the legacies of heroes of the past is a hopeless endeavor. That is, until I met a girl named Pelixia and her sister. If Castorus was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot,
That's right, she's alive
she will
in
no
this
doubt be
era,
the
too.
link to connect all of this together. If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the answer to your question.
And it also sort of upends the entire notion that the 12 Titans created everything, because now then we have to answer the question, who was the original in the cycle? And were Titans ever responsible for creating Amphoreus, or is the true history just been lost this whole time?
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis, the girl will be shattered.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the first step, and change will never come. Besides, I, an Exagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic worms one final lesson.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Well, we're not gonna do that tonight. This is a bit an afternoon's dialogue with the divine. Okay. Yeah, we're calling it for tonight there. We've explored Styxia, and we've found the answers about... I mean, the thing is, with these stories, it's sometimes even hard to understand what the question really is. Like, what are we actually here looking for? The story kind of gets really complicated until the puzzle pieces come together. And I feel like that's sort of what we just saw happen there with Thanatos answering Castorus' questions. It sounds like, just like Mighty, Castorus is not coming back with us because she was going to follow her destiny. But hopefully... Wait a second, why did Anaxa replace us in the party? Who decided that? Okay, anyway, but yeah. Just such a bittersweet story. Castorus and Pelixia. These twins that are so in sync with each other. So connected. Fighting to be able to see each other, to be reunited in every era. But they never really... They spend so much time that they're destined to not get to be together. Alright. I don't know if I'll stream the story again if I just play it. Obviously, there's gonna be the becoming demigods part and also saving us from dying part that's gonna come up. So okay, maybe I do have to stream again. Alright, we're gonna do that, but I'm gonna take a break from now. We've explored Styxia, I would say, done that successfully. Alright, with that, I'm going to... we should collect achievements. What is this? There's so many things! Walking on the chains of the old space-time, I look up to the night sky. Oh. Use the spotlight. Okay, time's not your friend. The treasure chest disappears. I'll speak with all the eulogistic... that was all the eulogistic butterflies? Okay. And then the Achilles or Achilles tendon. and get ambushed by a black-type creature hidden amongst the flowers. The flowers here move. Is that what happened? Okay. Let's see. Death once hid in the city strait of dragons and waves. Reach the dragonbone city Styxia. Oh, whatever the other one. Oh, fairy souls with a rust-colored boat. And once carried her into the world, and it will carry her to the underworld. Yeah. Alright, with that, I'm going to end off the stream. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone! Yeah.
All things are connected by origin, and are made